Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a books that BookTok made me read and what I thought about them. First off, this stack you can only see 3 books in the corner of what you're seeing, but we've got 12 books here to go through. So, to start off, I'm going to start off with a few of the ones that it's been a while since I've read. It's been over a year at least. But my first one is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This was one of my first reads when I got back into reading, and I really enjoyed it. I definitely remember reading through it pretty quickly. It was definitely a little bit of a different read for me because at this time I was mostly reading romance, and this does have a little bit of romance, but it also has a lot of similar to what you can imagine a real life would look like. There was a crazy twist at the end. You could probably kind of expect it, but at the time I was not expecting it, and it was like, "Oh, crap." And then you can literally feel the emotions in the way that Taylor Jenkins Reid writes. She really makes you feel the emotions of the characters and what they're going through. So that was one of the first ones that BookTok made me read. Another one that wasn't necessarily BookTok, but I did see a lot of BookTok talking about this was Hidden Pictures by Jason Kulak. This was a different kind of thriller. This is no easy peasy Frida McFadden. This was really putting puzzle pieces together for me. I think back on this book even now, and I'm just like, dang. The what it took to pull something like this off, what happened in this book. I mean, I'm sure things like this actually happen, except for the horror part, probably not. I do like the ending. The ending is pretty good. It goes from pictures like this, drawings like this, to a little bit creepier like this, to full-blown drawings that you can tell is not this kid's drawings. So it gets a little creepy, I will say. But that one, I can't remember what I rated it, but it was pretty good. I think I enjoyed that one. The next one, I did not enjoy all that much. The next one is Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. I will say that I have enjoyed her other books, but this one was not one that I enjoyed as much because it was on BookTok. It was explained as like a Olympic swimmer and diver love story kind of thing, and apparently it was supposed to be spicy. It was not spicy. I think I only remember off the top of my head one spice scene, and it wasn't even that spicy. Honestly, this book was more about the friend and the friend being a total jerk than it was about the love story or the main characters, honestly. If I was to go back and rate this was like a 2 out of 5. Maybe even a 1. Like, I would never read this again. The only reason I'm keeping this is because I did get it personally signed by her. So obviously I'm not getting rid of it. The next one I also read a while ago, but it is one of my favorites that I've read so far by this author. That's going to be Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I love this story. The one after this one, not as much. I definitely like this female main character a whole lot more than the second one. Although as a married woman myself, I definitely understand the second one, which I believe it's Out of the Woods. I understand her as a married woman, but I really like this one a whole lot more. I love how he just steps in and accepts that he's going to be a dad, and he accepts that role full-heartedly, and then through that he comes to love the woman. They really make it work, and I love how it's portrayed in this. If you were to read a pregnancy trope one, I would definitely read this one for sure. This next one is a 4-book series, and I loved all 4 in the series. I'm going to be reading another series by this author this year, and that's going to be Wild Love series. This is the Rose Hill series, actually, and I loved every single book in this series. I recommend it. I saw a lot of book talk about this one and certain ones in the series. If I had to put them in a series order that I loved, it would probably be the second, the fourth, the third, and the first, if I was to be honest. But honestly, this whole series, all of them are at least a 4 out of 5 or higher. Another one that BookTok would not shut up about, and a lot of the girls in my book club would not shut up about, was Butcher and Blackbird by Bren Weaver. This was this was a little out there. There were some times where I wanted to throw up after reading certain scenes in this book. You better have a strong stomach. We'll just say that. You better have a strong stomach for this one. I might read the rest of the series. I'm kind of on the fence because I don't know if my stomach can handle it, but yeah. It's definitely different. Definitely read your trigger warnings when you read this one. Please read your trigger warnings. But this one, the yearning, there's a whole there's years worth of yearning in this one, guys. I don't know how I could yearn for almost a decade over somebody and not date them more than just once a year. But they have this little game between them going on, uh, that they have every year, and that's kind of how this develops. This next one is one of my favorites, and I'm so glad that Book Talk talked me into it. It's hilarious. The witty banter, the sweet stalker vibes. I loved a lot about this book, and I am definitely going to be reading the series. But that is going to be Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I would reread this a million times over. I would reread this. I would memorize every single sentence of this book. I loved this. It will probably always be one of my top favorites. If you can't see in the background here, my dog Rosie has just finished her marathon outside in the backyard and is now taking a joyous nap on the cold floor. But you guys should definitely go read this one. This one had me kicking and screaming. So, one of my favorites. This next one, she is thick. She did take me a while to get through, but the second one comes out some point later this year. Go back and watch my anticipated releases for the first 6 months of 2026 if you're interested in the second one. But that is When the Moon Hatched. I do have a nicer version, a hardcover version of this one that you've probably seen in my earlier videos. I'd say it was worth the read. It was worth the book talk read. I saw a lot of book talk about this. Like, if you like dragons, here you go. If you like yearning, if you like acts of service, if you like a strong, independent female main character, I'm hoping that the second one holds up to the first. We'll probably get to the second one later this year, hopefully. And then I really loved both of these. I have 1 and 2 up here with me. I saw this on Pinterest boards, on BookTok, on Bookstagram. I see these even now everywhere. But that is going to be the Crimson Moth series, Heartless Hunter, and Rebel Witch. Immediately, yes. Yes. That's all I have to say. If you like Throne of Glass, I would say read this one because she's trying to save others. she's trying not to get found out about herself, um, but also loving the enemy. So, if you like Throne of Glass and you like a strong female main character, but you want a little bit of the Regency era time, here you go. Here you go. And then, of course, I if you haven't heard of this book yet, where have you been? Because it's literally been one of the biggest books on BookTok and Bookstagram and everywhere else. But that's going to be Fourth Wing. I obviously had to put that in here because BookTok made me read Fourth Wing. It's dragons, it's shadow daddies, it's if you like Akatar, there you go. If you like military romance, here you go. If you like dragon riders, here you go. If you like coming up with your own theories on things because there's so much you don't really know. Yep. Yep. Do I have to say much more? Because I feel like everybody has heard about this one. And then this one has also been a very big one on BookTok, but it is my last one. I recently read this one and absolutely ate it up, absolutely enjoyed it. I recently just finished the second one, but that's going to be Quicksilver by Callie Hart. He's 7 foot tall, guys. 7 foot tall. That should be an excuse right then and there for why you need to read this. If you liked Alyn and Rowan in Throne of Glass, here you go. Here you go. He's basically like a tall Rowan, but mix Rowan with Shadow Daddy Xaden. Here you go. That's the vibes that I get off of him. I'm only on Air of Fire of Throne of Glass, so I would definitely recommend reading Quicksilver and Brimstone though. I am hoping to read the third one that comes out, I believe in November. As of right now, I think it's set to release in November. I am so excited. I'm reading that as soon as it comes out. Those are 12 books that BookTok made me read. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these and what your thoughts on them were. And also let me know what other ones that I maybe haven't read that BookTok has been screaming about, or ones that you've read that you really want me to read. Thank you for being here, and I hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. Bye.